For the next bigger version of our JRM1 with 270mm EDF, we thought about a nice gimmick, and Mark already constructed something like a cruise missile for his Tornado, and we think this could be also a nice RC airplane, a miniature one, so let's see how this will work. At first we put it to the correct size, that it fits just between the two skids from the JRM1. And then we modulated a nice NACA inlet, because this one won't have a rocket engine, it will have a small EDF, a 30mm one. Just the right amount of air for the EDF is very important. And right after the inlet was shaped, it was time to bring the NACA inlet in its third dimension. So we go into the fuselage and shaped a nice curve. As you can see here, we made it as big as possible, just so high that there will be enough room for the wings, which will be constructed later on. And then we make the whole body hollow, except the tail, which will be adapted now for our EDF. This is a 30mm 6-blade EDF, which will give around 200 to 300 grams of thrust. The main focus while integrating the EDF was also take care that there won't be any vortices right in front of the EDF, so we made all curves nice and round. And as next we put the wire cable channel into it and also added 2 magnets. It should be very easy to install or change the EDF, so just with 2 magnets and this round ring on the tail, it will be possible this time. After a last check, we were quite happy with the installation of the engine. Also the aerodynamic will work fine, and so we can go over to the next step, and this will be the foldable wings. And here at first we have to figure out the correct size, because on the original cruiser these rings are so small this won't work in RC size. So our focus was to make them as big as possible to generate maximum lift. And at first we moved more and more forward with the turning point, the rotation point of the wing, so that the wing span becomes longer and longer. We also moved at the rear as close as possible to the motor, but you can see here 50mm as depth of the wing. This is super small. Another idea to increase the wing area was to put the rotation point to maximum outside of the fuselage. And here you can see our first wing design. They are just the right side that they will fit into the mini cruiser. Also they have the right height that they don't collide with the NACA inlet. It is super close, everything inside. Above the wings was also a top cover necessary to stabilize and reinforce the whole fuselage construction. So they were put a little bit deeper, and also they have to be coupled, because when they are folding and defolding, they also need to have the same position. So a gear with some big teeth was shaped into the root of the wing. And when this works, like here in the animation, we would be super happy. And you can see here the wings are packed super close above each other. After designing wings and including the engine, the biggest steps were made. So it was time to put these microscrews again on the JRM1. At first we had the idea to put it just between the skids on the main fuselage, but this next jet will be so big that I think there will also be enough power to put also 2 extra runs onto the wing. So we looked for a nice location. At first we put them quite outside, but they could block the ailerons. So afterwards we will move a little bit more to the inside. Also when you drop off one, we don't want to have any instabilities or problems with flying the jet, so it makes sense when these cruisers are moved more to the inside, like you can see here. But there was still a lot of more technique and electronics needed, so we shaped a battery and a receiver and also a small ESC to see if everything will fit in the super miniature fuselage and to see how close everything is. But at the end it fits, one of the biggest concerns was how to control these microcruiser in flight. The idea was to use some ailerons. So these big horizontal stabilizers will work as elevator and ailerons, but they also need some servos, and this time we want to drive them direct. So these ailerons will be put directly onto the servo, but everything has also fit again with the fuselage of the JRM-1, because the skids shouldn't entangle with this horizontal stabilizers, so they were angled downside. But you can see here everything fits perfect at the end, and after the horizontal steps it was time for the vertical step, and it was again everything super close, so we had to divide them into upper and lower ones. And finally we find a perfect position for the servo. It will fit close to the ducting of the ESC, and of course it will be removable if needed with 2 screws. So a lot of steps were done, and after the flight control was installed, it was time for the release mechanism of the wings. There we just use one servo, and this servo arm will grab in the upper wing and block it from defolding. As this was also done, we thought about a release mechanism for the whole microcruise. This is our first idea for the pylon. This pylon will be bonded or fixed to the fuselage with some bowdens, which go through 2 attachment points at front and the rear. The whole microcruise should be releasable from the TX. And here we got it, the drop-off servo with the 2 bowdens. This will be installed in the pylon to release the microcruise. And we want to make sure that the servo has right enough power that under all circumstances, let's say a lot of air pressure or whatever, some G-forces, there could always be on this jet, that there will be a super safe release. So we get close to the rotation point for a very good momentum, and here you can see how the bowdens will move. Everything you see here will be 3D printed, of course, except the servo, but also the bowdens, so that it will be very easy to install and to build. We still had some concerns if the small wings will generate enough lift. So to be prepared for the maiden, we designed just a bigger one with a bigger wing chord, and also tested some different designs here with a step outside of the wing. But at the end we decided for a very simple design, like the first wing, just with a bigger chord. Also all details has to be checked right in front of the printing, but till now we are super happy and we look forward for the first print. So let's go. First microcruise is getting printed. Here we got the wing on its nose, and the Bambu Lab is printing the nose in yellow from ColorFab. And here we got some other parts on the end. This is the lower cover, and these are the ailerons, and this will be a big fuselage section. And last but not least, on the KD Pro, it's also a fuselage part. I think the top cover, yes, will be the top cover. And the next prints are getting ready. Stabilizers, they look quite good. And the Bambu Lab is starting the next part. The wing is also growing on the KLP. And the Bambu Lab just finished the biggest part of the microcruise, also with yellow ColorFab printed. Looks amazing. First mini cruise is printed, and here we can see it, the removable wings, and this is the release mechanism. We printed these bowden completely with some forkheads. We got the battery. This will be a 3S 850 milliamps and the well-known 30mm EDF. the receiver, minimum 4 channels are required, and the ESC. I would say, let's assemble. The first micro cruise is ready built, and let's see how it works. For steering there are just 2 servos needed. We got ailerons, work as elevators and ailerons, and of course the wing release mechanism. You can see it. This one is a pure glider, so there is no engine installed. This will just be for releasing in the air and then glide down. And the second version is printed at the moment, and this will have some bigger wings, as we can see here. This will have also some engine installed. Here are the first parts for the new one. And where's the engine? Here it is. A 30mm EDF will be used, and of course some small ESC and a 3S battery with 850 milliamps, and this will be the jet where the whole thing will be mounted, just in between underneath the fuselage. So let's take a closer look to the technique. Here we can see the release servo. This will just go in here with a servo arm and lock the wings in the unfolded position. And the whole folding is done by these rubber bands, just normal household rubber bands. And both wings are coupled with this gear, so they move always together like this. And when they are put in, switch the servo, I got it here just on this switch, and when the micro cruise is released from the jet, I release also the wings and it will start gliding. Here we can see the servo. This is just what's happened. Servo arm for locking and for releasing. Now let's turn it upside down and take a look inside. For opening the hatch, just grab under here and you can see all the technique. This is the BEC. It's quite too big for this one, but I got just this big one, and the receiver is also much too big, so you can save a lot of weight. 2S 300 milliamps LiPo is inside, and also a little bit lead to keep the CG. CG will be around here, just a little bit in front of the end of this edge. And there we can see the wiring. That's the first prototype. On the next prototype there are many improvements, so let's take a look to the release mechanism. That's the release mechanism. This part will be attached to the jet, to the airplane, underneath the fuselage or the wing, and then just put it on top, 2 holders, and now it's attached. Let's see if the release works. So released, and then the wing opens up and this thing can glide down to the ground. Very nice one. The weight, the flying weight of this one is at the moment 230 grams, but I think 200 grams or even under 200 grams is absolutely possible. This is just a prototype where a lot of weight can be saved. Also the next one has a little bit longer nose, so that there is a much better momentum for the battery. And one specialty is the ailerons are mounted directly on the servos. So we can see there is no linkage. It's directly on the servo, and we got very big movements. So I think this will fly very nice. No linkage at all. Very clean build, and also super lightweight. All the wires here on the top and the other wires. Yeah, on this first pitch there was just not enough power to reach the minimum airspeed, but on the second try everything went well, and this thing was just flying wonderful, even with the super small size. Yeah, it was absolutely not easy to film this small bird, but it flies much more easy than I thought of. think also the gyro did a great job, because on this day it was really windy and a lot of gusts were just behind these trees you can see there. But it was super easy to fly and there was no stall tendency when you fly some turns or whatever. Just the power was not that much as I hoped for. So there will also be built a next version with a multi-blade prop, which I will show in the next video. But also with the small EDF, it was nice to fly and it looks super great. And I'm super looking forward to install it on the JRM and release it from high above in the air. First flight of the mini glide successfully ended. Battery just recharging. The next version, which is powered by a multi-blade prop, is already in the making. There is also possible to carry some FPV equipment like this front camera or camera underneath. For more infos, just visit our website aerojtp.com. A smaller version of the JM1 is already released and ready for print, and the other versions like the Mini Cruise or the JRM 170mm will follow, I think, at the end of August. All links you find in the video description. You can also become our Patreon and get more insights to the upcoming projects. And this was it for this video. Have a great day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.